I feel after working our way through this week's articles and reading through everyone's presses that our literacy wars are focusing on the wrong thing. We're forgetting to build a love of reading in kids, and instead we're letting the people who make money from packages and from reading programs be the ones that dictate how our students are learning to read, and a lot of times whether or not they're having any fun while they do that reading. I think in Canada, our system tends to follow the American model. I do think after hearing everyone's conversations about what reading and reading instruction looks like in their city or province, it's different across the board. I know I live in Manitoba, and even within Manitoba, it looks very different in every division. Every division has a different set of priorities, every division has a different set of policies, and they have sort of a different mandate guiding what they think is most important. I know in my division, within our schools, even, we have this big disparity. So we have some schools that will basically just let teacher by teacher decide what they're going to do, how they're going to teach learning to read in the younger grades, how they're going to work with students who struggle with reading in the older grades. And then other schools have more strict and stringent policies and programs that they follow and that they expect their staff to follow. Some teachers and staff are given extensive PD and training on programs, whereas others are just sort of left to figure that out on their own. Um, and then sometimes you get the sort of bandwagon happening where people will suddenly jump on board with whatever the newest program is. So I know in my school, I've been there for 10 years, and throughout those 10 years, we've gone through many different phases, including literacy place being a big deal, and then almost no one using literacy place, despite the fact, I would like to add, that we probably spent several thousands of dollars on buying literacy place programs for all of the grade levels. Words Their Way is the new big thing that's sort of being pushed on everyone. We have a reading interventionist who comes to our school for half days, 3 times a cycle, and works with our really struggling readers. But over the years, the different ways we test and assess and teach reading, it changes depending on our admin, depending on the new message from the board office and what the most current focus is. We've used in the past the benchmark program for teaching, for assessing where students are at. And I know now the new thing that is really popular in our school is Fontes and Pinnell. I think what we just need to get back to is worrying about making sure that students are loving reading and that we're creating a future generation of strong, literate readers.